Hi, and welcome to the Jay Tyner Show. We always encourage everyone to check with their financial advisor, check with your CPA, check with your insurance agent on any kind of financial instruments that you're looking at. But today we're going to be talking about the fixed indexed annuity and the fixed annuity and the variable annuity, and particularly what's going on with riders. A lot of people say, well, what is a rider? Well, that's something that you can add on to an annuity. Sometimes it costs to add things on, sometimes it doesn't. We've got Marc Snodgress down in Waxahachie, Texas, and he is joining us, been in the insurance industry for over 40 plus years. So Marc, welcome to the show. Let's talk about income riders or other riders.
Great. Well, there are
any ones that come to mind?
well, and that it can be confusing to folks that just maybe get online and Google it, because there are so many options. Every insurance company has multiple different annuities within that company, and then different riders that can go on to that. But predominantly, you're looking at an income rider. They would refer to it as an income rider, where you get a guaranteed rolled-up rate. And that rate can vary depending on the company, but you get a guaranteed annual roll-up rate. And then at some point in the future, when you choose to turn on income, then they're going to take that number or the cash value number, and they're going to create a lifetime stream of income that you can't outlive. So if your account balance ever went to zero, they would continue to pay you. Now, a little different than a pension, Jay. It is going to have cash value inside the contract as well. And if you die before all those monies are paid out, that cash value goes to your heirs.
Okay, so that's a little bit about the income annuity. So let's put it into perspective in an easy mathematical way to understand it. Let's say that I put $200,000 in, and I had an income rider that was hypothetically paying 7.2%. And in 10 years later, I would know for sure that that 200,000 had doubled and gone to about 400,000. And then if I wanted that guaranteed income rider to kick in, and it happened to be paying out, say, at 5%, so that would be 400,000 times 5%. That would give us 20,000 a year for as long as I live. And if I selected the joint payout for me and my spouse, then as long as one of us living, we'd always get that 20,000. Is that kind of a way to explain in basic terms? And again, check with your advisor, check with your insurance agent on how this works. Is that kind of how it works?
Exactly.
Okay, so it's a way to have a portion of your money, portion of your portfolio, maybe set aside, that would give you a different way of managing the money for income, and possibly increase your level of comfort in having something that may be a little more secure than, say, a stock portfolio. Now, I would say on the flip side, though, that a lot of people that have more wealth than they need to actually live on, feel comfortable separating their money. They'll put some of their money into a safer product that they feel, or maybe the bonds or something, which, we don't know if bonds are necessarily guaranteed and safe. We understand that. All we're saying is that they might bring a little more level of safety than, say, a stock portfolio. But then some of the money that they have may go over here to a stock portfolio. So right now, we're not talking about using an annuity in order to put all of your money, but we're not saying you couldn't do that. It depends. You got to sit down with your advisor or insurance agent. So we're talking about different riders. How about another one?
Well, the rider also can come with a what's called a home health care doubler, and it's not based on you going into a facility. That's one of the things that I really like about it. It's based on something called activities of daily living. Most of them are going to say that if you can't perform 2 out of the 6 activities of daily living, that income will double for a season, up to 5 years in most cases, to help with that. The advantages there, Jay, is that you can pay anyone. You could pay a friend or a neighbor or a niece or nephew or a child to take care of you. You can take that money and change your house, maybe put in a ramp or widen doors if you're in a wheelchair. So you can utilize it for anything that you need to be able to take care of yourself at home longer, and potentially postpone or eliminate the need to go to a facility.
Okay, so you're actually probably describing a specific company's home healthcare doubler. So I would say to the folks listening is, again, be careful, because one company might describe it roughly the same or have the same name, but it might do something completely different, or it might have different features. So again, these are great features to know, but company A might have a home healthcare doubler that's different from company B, and that's why you need some guidance and some reflection. So there also are death benefit riders, so that if you were in, say, a variable annuity or another annuity that you felt like you wanted to make sure that if you passed away, that at least a minimum amount was passed on to an heir or to a spouse, you can add that rider. And then there's another one, let's see, we call it the, well, we already talked about that home healthcare doubler. So we could name that the HD, the Harley Davidson, right? The
There you go.
home healthcare doubler. Okay. Well, there's probably more riders that you can add to different types of annuities, but we just wanted to cover 3 or 4 today on the show. Again, thank you, Marc, for joining us. And if you are considering anything that we've talked about here, check with your accountant, check with your CPA, check with your financial advisor, check with your insurance agent, and just make sure you know specifically what you're doing and why you're doing it, and make sure that it fits into your overall plan for you and or your spouse. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.